I think it speaks volumes for an Arkansas State because of the fact of, they could schedule 20 wins or at least close to 20 wins, but they haven't done that. They scheduled difficultly. They challenge themselves. So 20 is a huge accomplishment for this program.
Nelson feeds Julian for the game's first bucket. So Arkansas State, they're coming off a game in which they scored a season-low 56 points against South Alabama, and they make their first shot of the day today.
Well, and that's going to be key. I think one of the things that was missing in that South Al game is your two bigs working simultaneously inside, and you see right away there's a great high post entry dump down to Isaiah Nelson. Julian and Nelson have to work together to collapse this zone to free up the shooters on the perimeter.
Leading scorer for ULM, Bolden misses the topside threes. You get another look at the dunk by Kobe Julian.
Yeah, and I said that the other way around. It was actually Nelson to Julian. But again, getting those two to work together in tandem inside to make this zone collapse a little bit.
Avery Phelps with his second start of the season, his first in a conference game. He misses the corner three. Kobe Julian and Taron Todd, other seniors in the starting lineup for Arkansas State today. Got a foul committed on ULM as you get a look at their starting five. And really the storyline today for ULM, they're without one of their key players, Jacob Wilson. Numbers could potentially be a factor today for the Warhawks. Yeah,
numbers are, and even the ones that are on the court. Watson, they saw him in the hotel this morning. He's walking around with a walking boot, and it's like, this is my life. I wear this whenever I'm not on the court, and and then you step out there and you got to do the best you can.
Phelps misses his second three-point attempt. Rebound ULM.
Yeah, you and I were talking before the game. It's obviously a numbers of an issue, but the starting five from Monroe is very capable. They've got a great inside-outside balance. Watson can really get the thing out in the open court. Young can really shoot it, so they've got the starting five. It's the depth that's the issue.
Taron Todd with a steal and the bucket. Boy, for ULM to have success today, Keith Richard did tell us he wants his team to handle the environment. Senior days can always be tricky as the visiting team, as Nelson comes up with a block. Julian is down for
still
Arkansas
down.
State.
Hard ball at the other end. So
it's 4-on-5 right now as Todd's going to line up a three. And a rebound underneath for Willis.
One of the best ways to defeat a zone is not letting it get set. We've already seen Todd with the steal and the transition basket. That was a case there. Obviously, they were down a man on that possession, but Monroe's able to get the zone established.
Nice bucket by Bolden, the junior out of Zachary, Louisiana.
I enjoy watching Bolden and Watson together. In this day and age, you don't see many jump shot shooters, and those two are as good as they are in the business at pull-up jump shots. They're really, really good at it. We saw an example there with Bolden.
So you see Julian coming out of the game for Arkansas State, and this could be a reason why this nasty fall a moment ago.
Yeah, that was one of them. You heard it all around the arena, too, coming down on that probably elbow or shoulder. So now with Dominguez in the game, seeing how he and Nelson, if they're able to continue to work together inside of the zone as well.
Phelps intercepts the pass.
It's a good read. Monroe's really good at that back door cut out of that offensive set there. Phelps with the read and the steal.
Dominguez checked in the game a moment ago and buries his first shot of the day. He made a career high in three-pointers a season ago. It's a 5-point lead for Arkansas State.
Well, Dominguez he's a tough matchup in his zone because he has the size to score inside and can step out and shoot the three.
Wilson gathers it back and earns a trip to the free throw line. First foul on Arkansas State.
Nothing comes easily inside with Nelson on the floor. He's moved himself into, he's now at 5th in the league in block shots, and he's going to contest everything.
That's the first three-pointer for Arkansas State. It's what they're known for. They average 9 a game. They attempt 28. As Willis, first free throw, in and out for the senior out of Tallahassee, Florida. Willis this season, career high in free throw attempts and makes for the Fairfield transfer. Goes 1 and 2. So Arkansas State Thursday night against South Alabama, they went just 6 of 31 from behind the arc. Nelson misses everything.
That's the right idea, though. Again, you're seeing a conscious effort to attack it inside, a little cross screen in the zone to free up Nelson in there. He's just not able to finish.
Felts knocks it away again. Gives it to Todd. 4 points early for Taryn Todd.
Yeah,
turnovers costly, Brian.
Yeah,
5 already on ULM.
Yeah, for Monroe to win this game, obviously they can't give up those type of possessions and the runouts. And again, allow Arkansas State to get confidence, get in rhythm out in transition.
Quarter 3 for Young. Hits.
He's hot. He was hot the other night at Texas State at 6 threes, and that was really contested. He just able to elevate over with that left hand. Right there.
Dominguez hits the floater.
Great job. Flashing from the backside of the zone. You know, all the vision was away at the ball, and Dominguez is able to flash into that high post from behind the zone.
Timeout on the floor. 15:03 first half. Good start for Arkansas State on senior day. 11-6 advantage for the Red Wolves over ULM.
Mutual loyalty, him to the university to him, you know, and so you have no doubt that, you know, the Sun Belt's losing a good one, that's for sure.
No doubt about it.
Actually losing a couple of them, you know, with Coach Marlin at Louisiana and some guys that have been in this league for a long time, won a lot of games in this Sun Belt Conference.
Diju is in for the first time for ULM as a foul committed on Arkansas State and Taryn Todd. His first, third on the Red Wolves. What do you think of the start for ULM so far? That was a big key and focal point for the Warhawks.
Well, I think it's been fine except for the one mistake, a couple bad decisions, turnovers that turned into easy points at the other end. And, you know, again, eliminate those. You know, you got to make Arkansas State score over you. Give yourself the chance to defend it.
Todd finds Dominguez, a good look. Rebound for Diju. Willis against Pinion, coming off the bench today. Pinion pokes it out of bounds.
You know, I think the other thing to kind of watch here, you know, one of the things Arkansas State has, I guess if you're going to call it sneakily, been really good at this year is offensive rebounds. I know we focus so much on transition threes. You know, the zone does a really good job of keeping people in rebound position, and you know, whether Arkansas State's able to get some offensive rebounds on some of these misses. They have 0 at this point.
Well, they got 2 of the top rebounders in the conference in Marshall and Nelson. As Young misfires on the 3. There's one of those rebounds we were just touching on. Julian back in, finds Todd for the trailing 3. And this might be a jump ball. And they're calling a foul.
Yeah, and so again, that's a miss there by Arkansas State. But you know, you probably hear me use the word a lot, rhythm. You know, that's Arkansas State style there. You know, pushing it ahead in transition. You know, finding a kick back to Todd or Taryn Todd for the wide open 3. They didn't score, but that's kind of the flow that Arkansas State, the rhythm that they like to play with.
Tough finish at the rim that time by Tyrese Watson. And ULM is happy to have him back on the floor healthy. Arkansas State 5 of 11 shooting to start the game. Pinion lines up a 3. Loose ball, Nelson pounces on top of it. Jump ball arrow favors Arkansas State. Boy, Isaiah Nelson Thursday night against South Alabama grabbed 23 rebounds, the most of any player in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, there you see right there. We just talked about. There's your first offensive rebound. I think they'll award an offensive rebound. It becomes a tie-up, but essentially it's an offensive rebound. So, you know, you're not going to make all your shots in the zone. Give yourself extra chances. See if they can't get another inside touch here. They've gotten 2 really good inside touches in the high post and scored out of both of them.
Foul committed by Watson. So ULM, 2 fouls in the first half. Both are on Watson.
Yeah, he almost has to play though, right?
Right.
Maybe find some opportunities to give him a little bit of a rest, but you just got to play through the fouls.
Even if you look on the ULM bench right now, there's, what, 3 guys dressed and available right now? Look at the shot. As Pinion misses the triple and a rebound underneath for Watson.
Good rebound by Watson getting in there.
Warhawks have started 3 of 8 from the field. Watson trying to turn the corner, and he's fouled by Taryn Todd.
There it is again. Again, we talked about with he and Bolden. Again, I don't know if it's going to be a lost start in this game someday down the road because teams across the country are so into layups and threes, but Monroe's got 2 good ones. Bolden and Watson, they will pull up and shoot jump shots, and he's able to lean in there and get to the free throw line.
Yeah, it definitely is a throwback feel to it, isn't it? The pull-up 15-foot jumper. So here's Watson, a senior out of Philadelphia. He's gone to the line the most of anybody on the roster for ULM. Played 2 years of JUCO ball in Arizona. So Arkansas State, they put in Darian Ford. He did not play Thursday night against South Alabama. Not quite 100%. Brian Hodson said he's so tough he could have a broken leg and he's going to want to be on the floor.
He could have been a big part of that game too, because he has the ability to not only shoot the 3 but also get inside of it as well. Because of his strength, he can get inside of it, be strong, finish, get to the foul line.
Slow start for Pinion. He's missed his first 3 shots today. So Arkansas State has not scored in over 2.5 minutes. As Avery Phelps returns to action for the Red Wolves. So ULM, a chance to grab the lead here for the first time in the first half. Young, pass knocked away. Terrence Ford. His pass is intercepted by Watson. Back-to-back turnovers. Here's Young, 3 for the lead, hits it.
But he is so athletic too, probably the most athletic guy on this team, but still can shoot the 3 well. He really, truly can just elevate over a defender.
Terrence Ford, backyard miss on his 3. Young tracks down the rebound. Are you expecting a lot of zone defense today from ULM?
Yeah, I can't imagine they won't get out of it unless it's right, But again, it's been effective. Timeout. Look, it's been effective at this point. They've kept the pace where they've wanted it.
It's a 7-0 run for ULM. They have their first lead of the ball game. 13-11, Warhawks in front.
Sessions down. Again, the only thing, they've had the 2 costly turnovers that have led to 4 points for Arkansas State. So it's working. Arkansas State, I think they've been better against the zone. They're not hitting the 3s right now, but if you stick with what you're doing, keep trying to get some inside touches, those things will start to fall in place.
It was a tough shot by Willis. Arkansas State searching for their first points in 3.5 minutes. Can Ford change that? You bet.
And again, that's an example if they didn't allow the zone to get set. Terrence Ford never allowed the zone to get set. He's attacking it before it ever got set. And again, I get my word, rhythm. That is a rhythm shot there. Great pass by Ford to knock down that 3.
Bolden, a lot of contact, and he draws the foul. The 5th on Arkansas State. So you got to think Darian Ford potentially could have been a big-time factor against South Alabama Thursday night.
I think so, too. And again, not only because of the shot there, but he has the ability also to get inside of that zone with his strength, and get to the free throw line, and then also, get some finishes in the paint as well.
Bolden off the mark on his first free throw attempt, 67% at the line this season. From Zachary, Louisiana, where he won a pair of 5A state titles. Misses them both.
That ends up being another, just a turnover, right? This ends up being another costly turnover too. You got to have every point you can get.
Marshall in the game for the first time for Arkansas State. Felts bombs a three. Offensive rebound for it. He's got back-to-back buckets.
Yeah, and again, that's where they were missed not having him the other night. Now, you give Julian credit there. Julian's the one who actually kept the thing alive. Again, you're in an offensive rebound. You don't have to rebound it. You just got to keep it alive. The defense has to rebound it. He keeps it alive, but Ford's able to get there and get the finish.
Watson, contested pull-up jumper. Offensive rebound, and Bolden again is fouled.
You have to always know where Bolden is on the offensive end. He's, you know, a guard. He's only, what is he, 6'4", might be stretching it a little bit, but he is currently the second leading offensive rebounder on this team.
Are you saying teams lie on media guides?
I wouldn't say lie. I think it's a strong word.
How did you ever have that? You never went to media relations like, hey, can you give
I thought you were going to say, did we ever actually measure to get?
No.
Whatever they told us when we were recruiting.
Blood on the floor, and that's what the delay is right now.
So you've got one of Monroe's guards attacking, getting there, rebounding. If you're able to get some rebounds, you know, with Marshall or when Nelson's out there and get some quick outlets, you can get some transition on them because of that.
So Bolden, after just missing 2 free throws a moment ago, makes the first one. As Nelson and Dominguez back in. Bolden leading scorer for ULM this season. He's got 4 in the first half early. Extra pass in the corner. Felts on senior day connects on a triple.
Okay, that's a set called set there, where they're able to set the little cross screen and collapse the zone inside, overloading the corner.
Here's Diju. Finds Bolden. Bolden baseline drive. Good defense there by Nelson.
May have been one of the cases where he probably should have went with that pull-up jumper that he's so good at that. Might have gotten too deep.
Nice finish by Isaiah Nelson. 6-point lead for Arkansas State, their biggest in the first half. Warhawks have not made a field goal in 3 minutes. Willis attacking right at Dominguez and misses. Arkansas State has numbers. Can they take advantage? Force three, it's good. Timeout ULM. It's an 8-0 run for Arkansas State.
Again, great transition, passing the ball up the floor, not dribbling it up the floor, passing it up the floor, and again, getting an open look before the zone is able to get set.
So Darian Ford did not play Thursday night against South Alabama. He's been perfect from the field today as Arkansas.
A little bit of a run here, you know, kind of getting the crowd into it a little bit.
The crowds have been electric this season inside First National Bank Arena. It's going to come down to the wire who leads the conference in attendance, Arkansas State or Old Dominion. They both have home games today. Step back contested jumper, Watson short. Nelson rips away the rebound. Taryn Todd back in, finds Dominguez. Penetrates, glides all the way to the rim.
Great decision. Again, he had the three there, you know, but instead this time turns it down and takes the sure 2 points, the layup at the rim. Good decision by Dominguez.
He was scoreless Thursday against South Alabama. Dominguez 7 today as a foul committed, the 7th on Arkansas State.
You know, one of the things, there it is, you get a little shot fake and attack. You know, one of the things that Arkansas State has been so good at throughout the year is depth, you know, using their bench. And, you know, you've already seen today You know, Ford coming off the bench, being an impact. Dominguez coming off the bench and being an impact as well.
Watson connects on the first free throw. As Keith Richard looks on, he told us he's not going to miss those bus rides. ULM, they did bus to Arkansas State.
I can feel his pain on that one. Like, I never want to get on a bus the rest of my life. Oh. It looks like, yeah, Monroe came out of the zone, matched up man-to-man here.
First time they've done that in the first half.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the last of the zone, but mix it up a little bit.
Dominguez heads to the line. So one of 5 seniors getting honored today. He has really been aggressive so far in the first half. This takes us to immediate timeout. 7:41 first half. Arkansas State has a 9-point lead over ULM. The Red Wolves on fire early for Arkansas State.
Yeah, when you watch these clips, okay, here's a trail 3. That's number 1. Here's an offensive rebound putback. That's number 2. Here comes, let's see, an assist to Phelps in a corner. And now here comes a transition 3. So you talk about a player who's doing a little bit of everything. So we want to talk again about, was he missed the other night against South Alabama? Absolutely. You know, and it's just not just one thing. It's all the pieces of the game that he can do. Plus, he's a pretty darn good defender at the other end as well.
He's got a game high in points and rebounds in this first half. As Dominguez toes the line here for Arkansas State. Senior out of Providence, Rhode Island. Dominguez has made 6 of his last 7 at the line. Started his career at UMass. Strong first half for Dominguez. Double-digit lead for the first time for Arkansas State. Bolden. He got Nelson to leave his feet and hits the rainbow floater.
Yeah, I thought he'd gotten too deep again. I thought Nelson was going to get that when he got a little too deep, but still able to get that pull-up jump shot over him.
Nelson this time, beautiful spin move for the jam.
What a move. And again, nice little screen. I don't know, I would consider it a screen, kind of a rub off the defender there by Dominguez to free him up.
Young with a nice move inside. Tipped around, Dominguez comes away with the board. Arkansas State has made 6 shots in a row. Ford hasn't missed today. It was his first one. Rebound for Bolden.
Yeah, it's a lot of contact. He's usually strong and is able to finish through contact like that and get to the free throw line. He didn't that time.
Nice shot by Willis, his first field goal.
Willis is another one of these guys. He's like young. He's so athletic and just elevate over people and get a shot off.
Dominguez is on fire in the first half for Arkansas State. He's got 12 to lead all scorers.
Arkansas State started out the game 1 of 10 from 3. Since then, they've made 4 of their last 5.
This happened a moment ago, but beautiful spin move by Nelson.
Yeah, that's a really talented play. Not only the spin moves, but have the balance to not only finish, but to get up and dunk that.
And you just touched on this. Arkansas State started ice cold from behind the arc, but since then they have been on quite the roll, making 4 of their last 5 from deep. Joseph Pinion back in the game. There's a turnover, but Pinion knocked it right to Willis, but the shot clock expires. So the Red Wolves get a stop one way or the other.
I think Pinion was caught off guard by it. He tried to tip it out to try to get transition. I think he was caught off guard that it was coming at him like that. Still worked out okay.
Ford curling off the screen. Bowden has 6 to lead ULM. 5 minutes to go in Jonesboro. 3 for Bowden is good. Arkansas State looking for a quick answer.
Yeah, that's quick right there. Bowden hits the 3. I look down at my computer, and by the time I look up, there's already a 3 at the other end.
ULM has only played 6 total players in this first half.
And Arkansas State with 9.
Bowden with a pull-up.
It was halfway down.
Nelson wants it. Matched up with Diju. He check time for Dominguez. He can't be stopped. He's got 18 to lead all scorers.
Well, that's obviously the shot is one thing, but what a really good pass by Nelson. I've always been impressed with Nelson and his ability to pass. I don't think his stats stay up with how good of a passer he is. I don't think he gets enough assists, but he can really pass the ball.
Do they give it back to Dominguez? This time kicks it in the corner. Darian Ford can't reel it in. Arkansas State started the game 1-10 from deep. They're starting to catch fire as Bowden has been the go-to player for the Warhawks today. It's been the senior Dominguez on senior day. He's got 18 to lead all scorers. Arkansas State up big in the first half on senior day. Game at Memphis in the non-con. That was in early December. The only quad one road win for any Sun Belt team in the conference, by the way. And then today, he's been a big factor.
Well, and it comes at a good time. Again, I not to get too far ahead of things, but again, 2 weeks away from the Sun Belt tournament, and to win in those Sun Belt tournaments, you need to be playing your best, and you need to be utilizing your depth, and we're certainly seeing that back again today for Arkansas State.
And this will be a backcourt violation, resulting in the 8th turnover on ULM. And you allude to depth. That's just something that the Warhawks don't really have a lot of at this point in the season.
No, they've so far only played, 6 players, and I'm assuming it's probably going to stay at that. To be honest with you, they just don't have the numbers.
Jacob Wilson has missed the last 2 games for ULM, averaging 9 a game. Lob to Nelson, hammers it home. The lead grows for Arkansas State. 8-0 run for the Red Wolves.
A great pass by Ford. Again, great vision, great execution by Arkansas State of the called set play.
Jumper for Diju. Boy, that was big for ULM. That's his first bucket this afternoon.
Nice touch for the big fella.
Ford turns the corner, hands it off to Nelson. So back-to-back dunks for Nelson.
And Terrence Ford is just racking up the assists right now.
Ill-advised pass, Dominguez. What a first half for Dominguez. Season high 20 points. It's a 12-2 run for the Red Wolves. Who do the Warhawks want to go to for a bucket? Here's Watson. Shoots over Ford and leaves it short. Dominguez, can he stay hot? This time drives baseline, kicks it on the wing to Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Now the feed to Nelson.
That great unselfishness by Dominguez. Again, we always say, turn down the good shot for the great shot. He had a good 3 initially. He turned it down, attacked off the dribble, moved it back around, and ends up getting the absolute best shot you can get, a dunk by Nelson.
Young off the mark on the 3. Here comes Arkansas State. 14-2 run for the Red Wolves. They made 6 shots in a row.
Why not?
Nelson wants to get in on the action.
Why not?
Nelson 1 of 13 from behind the arc this season.
He looked confident though with it.
He did. That was his spot in the pregame warm-ups. Corner 3 for Young. Boy, that feels big for ULM.
You know what's fun though when you watch again? You know, we've been able to watch Arkansas State. When Nelson shoots that 3, you didn't see anybody on the bench, coaches, anybody like, well, you know, why?
Right.
Why? I mean,
Yeah.
Every one of them was like, hey, wide open, shoot it. They all had confidence it was going in. Confidence it was going in.
Tough shot there for Pinion. ULM on the move. Young with a pull-up. Can't get the friendly bounce. Offensive board for Bolden. Boy, the lid unkind to ULM on that trip. Arkansas State shooting 56% from the floor in the first half.
Just gonna slow it down here, essentially get the last shot. Should be 4, maybe 4, 5 seconds left after the shot attempt.
Ford gives it to Julian. Boy, Kobe Julian had been struggling from behind the arc. He missed his last 7. Connects on that one. First half comes. Single second in the first half. Again, they've only played 6 total. So you gotta wonder how much, if any, will stand will be a factor for the Warhawks in the second half. Avery Phelps started the game on senior day. He's on the floor to begin the second half for Arkansas State. Watson was 6 in the first half, misses short. Taryn Todd with a nice move to the bucket.
Yeah, again, another case where, you know, getting out in transition and Monroe not even able to get their defense set there before they get the layup at the other end.
Bolden, the top scorer for the Warhawks in the first half with 9. Taryn Todd, that's his specialty right there. He's just next level when it comes to getting to the rim.
He's so crafty around the rim too and able to finish with either hand. Yeah, that's one of the things that's really, honestly, pretty impressive of that 50 points in the first half. And, you know, Todd, who, you know, can score, you know, he only had 4 out of that. So points out of a lot of different players.
He just picked up his 3rd foul a moment ago as Young connects on the baseline jumper.
And Monroe goes back to that zone here on this possession.
Trying to get it back to Nelson on the lob. Willis hesitates, but still rattles it home.
Nice trail 3 there. Again, starts with the attack from Watson, getting deep into the defense.
Todd, extra pass. Good look here for Ford. 3-pointer number 9 for Arkansas State.
So good at that, making that extra pass. You know, the initial attack there, kicking it to Phelps, and the pass is a little bit low. He caught it kind of at his knees, not able to get the shot off. So he just makes a nice, simple, easy next pass.
Here's a 3-pointer that's short by Nagopi. He played 8 minutes in the first half.
He saw Willis get one. He's like, I'm going to try it myself.
Right. Julian wants in on the action. That pops out. Watson, tough 2, comes up short. Boy, Taryn Todd is just a blur. My goodness.
Yeah, we see 2 layups by Todd at the other end, and both of those have come off Watson penetrating and pulling up jumper. You know, again, your point guard attacks. Nobody from Monroe is rotating back. You know, I talked about that earlier with when Bolden crashes the offensive board. You know, who's going to rotate back on defense? And that's 2 straight layups by Todd because nobody rotates back when Watson attacks.
Bolden with an unbelievable finish at the rim. He's got 11, second Warhawk in double figures. Boy, Todd is just sizing up Willis, gets around him and earns a trip to the free throw line. So Taron Todd on senior day, doing a little bit of everything, but showing you his speed right there.
Yeah, Monroe's trying to get back, but it's too late at that point. He's already ahead of the pack, but taking off a little bit once Watson penetrated for the shot.
So first foul on ULM in the second half, first personal on Willis. Grimace on the face of Todd after that foul. What a career at Arkansas State for Taron Todd. From Ontario, Canada, multiple stops throughout the course of his career. And there's, you can see why he's got the grimace. Maybe it landed a little awkwardly.
Yeah, he did. Oh, you know, the fans, you know, Arkansas State, they could, you know, I was coming off the back-to-back losses to Troy and South Al, but, you know, they should be very grateful for this senior class and what they've done, you know, in these 2 years here of really kind of getting this program, not kind of, really turning this program not only to a top of a Sun Belt, but even a factor on a national scale of what they've been able to do.
Boy, that was a grown man bucket right there for Willis.
Yeah, not to go too deep into something like that, but we had talks with my friends of some days, you know, Hall of Fames and things like that for these schools. Or, you know, it's going to be hard to figure out over the years, or now with as many players transferring and stuff like that. And, you know, again, these are going to be guys that are going to go down for this program, and the history of what they've done for this program. And, you know, may only be here 1 or 2 years, but have made huge impacts.
Here he is again, Taron Todd. What a second half. He's up to 10 points. But you are right. A win today, Arkansas State, will be the first time to have 20 wins or more back-to-back years since the late 1980s.
And again, we talked earlier, it's not just, remember, you can schedule out of that, you can schedule about 4 or 5 just gimme wins, non-conference if you want. Hodson has never done that. That's not his philosophy. His whole idea is building a program on a national level, not just trying to get wins the easy way.
Kobe Julian tips it in. 61-38 Arkansas State. Trying to bounce back from 2 losses in a row. Both losses just nail biters down to the wire. As Young off the mark on his 3. Here's Julian. Young deflects it.
If they wouldn't have been deflected, it'd have brought the house down by Todd.
10 points for Willis. 3rd ULM player in double figures. Julian. Put back by Marshall. Here's ULM. Just get the sense the minutes are starting to really impact ULM. 4 players have played every single minute so far in this one as Marshall commits his 3rd foul. Foul number 2 on Arkansas State in the second half. Taron Todd, in his final home game of the regular season, has 10 points for Arkansas State. They've led by as much as 23.
Phelps there, the mayor of Bono, but he's leaving his mark as the mayor of Arkansas State basketball too, with what he's done for this program. That's never easy for a player to go through a coaching change, and he stuck with it, believed in the new staff, believed in all these new players. You know, this year his role changes from being the starter to now accepting coming off the bench. Yeah. You know, and yet he comes in today, gets the start, and he's just as effective as he's been the rest of his, or the previous career, part of his career.
Yeah, he was one of the first phone calls once Brian Hodson was hired at Arkansas State. He wanted to make sure that Avery Phelps remained a part of this program as Phelps connects on the corner 3. That's three-pointer number 10, the 11th time this season Arkansas State has made 10 three-pointers or more in a game. Willis trying to post up Dominguez. Boy, he's been able to do that a handful of times today.
He's so persistent, you know. It's like, again, probably every scouting report, take away his left shoulder, don't let him turn to that left and get it in that right hand. And, you know, Dominguez tried, but he just won the battle. He kept fighting to get it to that shoulder, and when he's able to, he's tough to stop.
Ford with a blow by and turns it over. It's rare for him. He leads the Sun Belt in assist to turnover ratio. You get another look at the corner three by the senior Avery Phelps.
Just so simple, the pass from Ford to Darian Ford, and one dribble by Ford just to collapse the defense just a little bit to free up Phelps in the corner.
ULM, they made a three-pointer to go up 13-11. That was at the 12-minute mark in the first half. And then once Arkansas State retook the lead, it's been all Red Wolves.
Well, they got the lead, and then from that point, then Monroe decided to go out of the zone back to man, and that was, you know, that would just fueled the fire by Arkansas State. They really were able to get, you know, in flow at that point.
By the way, Willis starting to heat up for ULM. He's got 14 to lead the Warhawks. More excellent ball movement. Offensive rebound for Marshall. Count it.
Way to stick with it by Marshall. You know, this is one of those, again, you look big picture going into this last week, into the Sun Belt tournament. Marshall has been a huge part of this team's success. And, you know, he kind of zoned by, you know, South Al. It's not really his game. And this one, too, you know, Monroe comes out of the game, so it's not really Marshall's, not really out. But just little stuff like this, trying to get him back in the flow, because he can be an impact for them into the tournament. Keeping him involved.
Dominguez and Nagopi, neither one of them want to release the basketball. Look at it, they're still holding on to it.
What do we do?
And now I think we're going to have double technicals.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the refs, they were as patient as they could be, but at some point.
Let's see if this will be a double technical or just one, but watch how long.
I think you're right. I think they gave it. They're both, the officials are trying to get them to both stop.
That's Chris Ford, the crew chief, right on top of it.
But yeah, they did. They gave a double on that one, so they offset, no harm. Back to Arkansas State inbounding.
Phelps, corner three. Rebound for Young. Last three trips, ULM is going to Willis. Young bombs a three and connects. He's got 14. Dominguez was awesome in the first half for Arkansas State. Long rebound for Bolden. Doesn't have numbers. Doesn't phase him though. But he misses it short, and a foul underneath on Arkansas State. This will go on Darian Ford as second, fourth on the Red Wolves.
You know, kind of back to that the double technical there. If you're Arkansas State, you know, you kind of get what's going on there. Nobody wanted to give in there, but this is one of those cases where these teams have to turn around and play. Again,
6 days.
6 days, right? Yeah, because it's Friday, isn't it, before the tournament? So, you know, you do have to be smart here and think ahead of, you know, next week as well. You don't want to do anything that would, you know, really light the fire for that game.
Another foul underneath the basket, as this will take us to immediate timeout. 11:56 second half. Arkansas State in control, 66-40. With South Alabama, James Madison, Arkansas State, and Troy.
Well, it's a great finish to this league. That's what you always want leagues to come down to the last couple weeks. And you see Georgia Southern could help Arkansas State out. Coach Hodson and Coach Hendry at Georgia Southern were on the same staff at Alabama. So you could use an assist from his from his former partner at Arkansas or at Alabama.
Also remember, new tournament format in the Sun Belt this season, so the top 2 seeds will have a bye all the way until the semifinals. As you're shaking your head right now, do you not like the new tournament format?
Oh, I can't figure it out. I even have a print of the bracket here in front of me. It's too much. But okay, but shot there by 4. But here's the thing: every coach in every league in all my years. 20 years, it seemed like every other year the format changed. The one thing that always stayed consistent with coaches is every team should get to go to the tournament. Every team should have an opportunity. And when you have 14 teams in the league, you know, you got to figure out a way. And what they try to do is what the format is to give your best teams the biggest advantage to advance to get the better seed in the NCAA tournament. So that's the reason for the format.
Another look at the bucket by Terrence Ford. Ford, by the way, doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but when he does, he makes the majority of them. He's above 40% from three-point territory.
But he's able to get set like that, get his feet set. He's going to be accurate.
Willis leaves it short. Loose ball is picked up by Julian. Good look for Darian Ford. He stays hot today. He's the 4th Arkansas State player in double figures.
Got a huge difference today getting him back in the lineup. All the different things he's done for this team, not only scoring.
And a turnover. Julian takes it himself and is fouled by Bolden.
And obviously we've seen for a while here the fatigue obviously setting in with Monroe. And yeah, I think one of the things we've failed to remember is, you know, all we're seeing is games. It's like, well, there's only 7 active guys playing today, but you know what's hard about this is you're not able to practice full, and your conditioning will suffer because of that. I mean, it can't go 5 on 5 full in practice because of their limited numbers, and it just affects your game repetition, your conditioning, you know, when it does come time for the games.
There is a new face on the floor right now for ULM. It's the freshman Castor. He's the 7th Warhawk to play. ULM, they have missed their last 4 shots. They haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. Pass almost intercepted, leads to Wilson. Boy, there's a lot of contact. He stays with it.
What a block by Nelson. That's a strong move there. You know, I talked about Willis being able to get to the right hand. That's a great left hand finish there.
Isaiah Nelson with another dunk. 12 points today for Nelson.
That's another example there again when, you know, Watson was one penetrating there to make that dish to Willis down there. It's like anytime he penetrates, there's not enough rotation back for transition defense, and Arkansas State taking advantage of it.
First shot of the day for Castor is short. Ford hungry for another 3. Tap to Terrence Todd. Todd. Ford tries it again. Different result this time for Darian Ford. He's got 14.
That's the 20th assist for Arkansas State.
And 31 made field goals, too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they lead the Sun Belt in assist to turnover ratio during Sun Belt games, and you know, certainly they're going to add to that number today. 20 assists, you know, only 8 turnovers.
Yeah, only 8 turnovers for Arkansas State. Terrence Todd leans in and hits.
Yeah, I like that too. Again, Monroe does go back zone, and again, obviously fatigue there. They're, not moving as quickly as they were earlier. But, Todd, again, is the one guy, again, you don't see a lot of pull-up jump shots with this Arkansas State team. He's the guy. He can get into the middle of that zone and shoot that little pull-up jumper, kind of a floater there. He's super effective with it.
Boy, the ball movement, especially in the low post, it's been really, really good today for ULM. 18 for Willis today. Joseph Pinions connects from the corner. Believe it or not, that's his first basket today.
Yeah, I actually was thinking when he came back in the game, I was like, oh, he's the one that, might need to hit a shot or two to get his confidence back going. And he missed 4 early or 3 early, whatever it was. And these guys don't have to worry about confidence. They know their coaches want them to shoot it.
Right. Shot clock under 10. Castor, nice feed to Bolden underneath. So Castor's been a spark off the bench in the second half for ULM. Nelson in attack mode, cycles it out to Todd. Julian in the arms of Nelson.
Nelson looking at a possible double-double, 14 points. That's his 8th rebound right now.
Had a double-double Thursday night against South Alabama.
That used to be such a rare stat, wasn't it? And now these guys, it's like how many?
Bolden from distance. Second leading scorer today for ULM. Boy, neither team can miss right now. Both teams are shooting above 55% in this half. That's Nelson with another dunk.
Another great pass, 21 assists. That's another great pass by Terran Todd.
Willis, baseline jumper, and a rebound for Nelson. So he's 1 away from a double-double. Ford lines up the corner 3. Rebound for Watson. Watson gets around Ford, but can't finish.
But again, Watson goes to the rim, and what happens at the other end? Arkansas State with a transition. Again, anytime he attacks, they're not rotating back.
18 today for Isaiah Nelson. 90 points for Arkansas State with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, he's so good at getting to the basket that it's almost a liability when he's able to do that on the other end.
Floater for Bolden offline. There's the double-double for Isaiah Nelson, his 2nd in a row. Arkansas State stopped the top scoring offense in the conference as Joseph Pinion rings up three-pointer number 15 tonight for the Red Wolves. 4:40 remaining in the second half.
You don't have to go whatever 7, 6, however many straight days, but you get a little break, but you can also get yourself into a little bit of a flow again.
Josh Hill is in the game for Arkansas State for the first time in over a month. Here he is defensively. Diju almost got it to go. And we have another timeout on the floor. With 4:20 to go in the second half, Arkansas State with a 93-60 lead over ULM. The Warhawks will be at the free throw line. So with a timeout, we'll step aside as well. All Arkansas State at home on Senior Day.
Some ground here too as they go into next week. And it's interesting, we were just talking about the schedule next week. You've actually got, because of the tournament, they don't play on Saturday. It's Friday next week, all the teams. So you've got some games Tuesday, Friday. You've got some games on Wednesday, Friday. So it'll be a fun week of scoreboard watching if you're a Sun Belt fan next week.
More seniors getting in the game. Zane Butler is in for the first time tonight for Arkansas State, one of the 5 seniors that will get honored today. Diju at the line for the first time for ULM. Just 54% this season.
Zane, another one, a local product from here, Northeast Arkansas, and another one of the guys that came in last year, believed in Coach Hodson and what he was going to do with this program, and came in and was a big part of the team last year. Again, hasn't gotten the minutes this year, but you're still a part of the team. You're a building part of this program that has been so successful the past 2 years.
Immediately go to Butler. Boy, the crowd really wanted that one. ULM with numbers. Willis will try a three and hits. What a day for Willis, 21 to lead all scores.
And he's done it from the three. He's done it from inside.
It's a new season high for Willis, matching his career high, which he did against South Alabama a season ago.
Yeah, there you go. Get the high post.
Rebound for Willis.
Yeah, didn't get the shot to fall there, but again, that's the difference probably from today as opposed to against South Alabama, is getting that ball inside out against the zone, getting a high post touch, and a good pass by Dominguez.
Butler forces the jump ball, and the arrow favors Arkansas State. As we got another timeout on the floor. 3:24 remaining in the second half. Arkansas State in front of ULM, 93-64. Finish as high as number 1 or as low as number 4, depending on how these final 3 shake out. Dominguez looking for his first points in the second half after he exploded for 20 in the first. Watson gathers it back. Watson this time turns it over. Here's Taryn Todd, just streaks all the way to the bucket again. As Brian Hodson, in a cool gesture, is going to take some of the seniors off the floor here. They will leave to a standing ovation.
Yeah, and the fans recognize it too, on their feet here for this group of guys, these seniors. Again, we've already talked about what they've done the last couple of years to really turn this program around. That assist from Dominguez is the 26th of the day, just shy of their 27 is their highest assist numbers on the year against Lane College.
Most in a conference game for Arkansas State. Cody Head is in for Arkansas State as Castor with his first field goal. Justin Johnson, here's Hill. Final 2 minutes in Jonesboro. Arkansas State on their way to their first back-to-back 20-win season since the late 1980s. Nice bucket there by Diju.
Yeah, Diju, same thing. He's able to get in that left shoulder, put it in that right hand, and really able to elevate on that jump hook.
Cody Head lost control, gathers it back, leading to a Josh Hill 3. Pick and roll. Last touch by Arkansas State.
Senior days always made me a nervous wreck.
Why is that?
Well, you never knew how players would respond to it. You know, you had some players that played the games of their lives this season. You had others that just, there's so much of a distraction around it with family and friends in town, and the thoughts of the emotions of it and all that stuff. And you always try to keep everything as best you can as normal and routine, but there's nothing normal about it. But obviously these seniors today for Arkansas State, they've responded the way you'd hope they would.
How much thought did you put into we want to do everything before the game versus after the game?
You know, I was talking with Brad Bobo, who does marketing. We were talking about that. We mix it up. We used to do after the game, and actually part of I actually then we changed to get it out of the way ahead of the game, so then you could just play and not have to think about afterwards. Now, I think today they're doing it after the games, but again, I don't know what the answer was. I always think each player was different in their emotions, but again, you just try to get to the game as quick as you can and get them in the flow of the game as quick as you can.
Here's Josh Hill, and he's fouled. So 30 seconds left in the game. A lot of number 3s on the balloon today inside First National Bank Arena. How about 15?
Yeah, and again, that's coming on a game where they started 1 for 10.
So Josh Hill
just getting warmed up, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right. Been playing in his first game since January the 18th. Misses both free throws as the game clock, shot clock are about identical here. Castor hangs and finishes. What a bucket.
Good move by Castor.
Arkansas State 10 seconds away from win number 20. And the Red Wolves on Senior Day take care of business and knock off